So recently I had a friend, and we were chatting, and he was saying how he's in Japan right now, and he's seeing like these beautiful women all over the place, but he asked me like yesterday, he was explaining this situation where he was walking along and he saw this pretty woman, and all this stuff that happened, like they happened to walk in the same direction for like 100 yards or something, and then she walked in a store, but she turned around and smiled, and he smiled back, and then he comes over and he says, "Should I have talked to her? What the f-?" Right? But even more was this other part where he said a couple days ago, where he's like, "This woman is out of my league." You know the kind I'm talking about? Where they're like, a woman is out of their league is like automatically berating yourself. Because there is no such thing as a woman out of your league. I understand some people didn't hit the genetic lottery and they're like short. Fat is something you can do something about, and you can work out and you can just be confident. And women like that stuff. So chances are, if you're watching this YouTube video, you were born in a country where you have an economy and you have a decent life, you have food on the plate every day, and you have a roof over your head. So I don't really believe that somebody's out of your league, and I really hope people that are watching this video don't either.
There was an article, and this famous actress and this semi-famous guy, she had a crush on him, and they met somewhere. And of course they have children now, they're married, but he went back and told her now that the real reason why he didn't talk to her for 6 months is because he felt that she was out of his league.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a really famous article because it was a really famous actress. And I think that's the biggest mistake, is saying that she's out of your league, because you obviously already set yourself for failure.
Yeah, so I was telling my friend all this stuff, metaphors and stuff, but basically the main one is this: you're not going to win the lottery if you don't play. And that's true, people like that are even good at hitting on girls and getting girls is still going to fail once in a while, or even often. If you really want to get a girl, you got to first of all, not idolize one girl, okay? There's going to be tons of women in the sea, tons of fish in the sea, whatever you want to say. If you talk to 10 women, you have a higher chance of success than if you talk to one every 6 months.
The law of
numbers, I believe.
No.
What was it?
The law, let me look it up.
Law of averages.
Ah!
So basically, there's this video on YouTube. If you guys want to look it up, it's called The Law of Averages. And if you search for that, you're probably going to find it. It's by a person that's currently named Improvement Pill. And it's an animated video. It's quite well done, and it's exactly 4 minutes 41 seconds long. So you'll know if you get the same one. And it talks about this sales idea where a guy is working and knocking on doors, door knocking.
I think your friend should just go out there and just say hi to people.
To people, like anyone.
And then eventually get into saying hi to girls.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it doesn't have to be men, so to speak, just anyone, but just go up to them and be like, hi. But it's a little bit unnatural because, men would go and say hi to random women, but they wouldn't really go and say hi as often to random people.
Yeah, no, they do.
No, they do, you're right.
Look, like in San
it.
Francisco, it's a little bit different. I don't know why, because maybe I'm a local here, but if I'm visiting like a tourist anywhere around the world, when I see people in an elevator, when I sit on the bus, when I'm on a trolley, when I'm going anywhere and there's somebody next to me, for some reason I just have a genuine interest in where they come from, why they're here, whether they're a local or a tourist.
Yeah.
And the first thing I say is, "Hey, how's it going?" That's it. That's like the opening line. You don't have to have, there's no formula on what to say to make somebody like you. All you gotta say is, "Hey, how's it going?" And if they're having a bad day and they don't want to talk to you, then you can see it in their face. But most likely, most often, people would just say, "Oh yeah, it's doing good," and then they will ask something back. And you don't know where the conversation is gonna go. But time and again, I've picked up on girls just saying, "Hey, how's it going?"
And that's all you need to do, really. I think a lot of people, the key is to not talk yourself out of it. So when you see a girl that you're interested in, you're going to convince yourself that you're not interested in them just so you don't have to go and talk to them. So really, I found that the method works for me is just go. Like, even if you're thinking in your head like, oh my god, just walk. Your legs will do the walking, and once you get there, it doesn't matter if you're stuttering, at least you're doing something about it. And you don't have to overthink pickup lines and all what I'm gonna say.
No pickup lines.
And say, hey, or hi, how you doing? That's pretty much all you have to do.
Yeah.
And if
yeah.
you do that, you have a chance. And if you don't, you have zero chance. So,
But you know, it's kind of hard these days because a lot of girls look at their phones now, and it's kind of more difficult. And if you see a girl looking at her phone, it's kind of hard. Like, I wouldn't do it when a girl's looking at her phone and playing with it and looks like they're on Facebook or something. I wouldn't do
you're
it.
just countering exactly what
Nope.
I said.
I would wait until she stops looking at her phone.
Well, she never stops looking at her phone.
Just follow her around for like the next hour. Be a stalker.
Okay, I have to disagree. If you're really interested in a girl, you talk to her. It doesn't matter what she's doing. Well, within reason. You don't want to talk to a girl and try to pick her up at a funeral. But other than that, you know, she's like,
Hey, I know your
it's
grandpa
like,
just
hey,
died,
let's go.
but can I get your number?
No, I disagree with Johnny. I think if you have to do it, you have to do it. And the longer you take, the longer time you have to talk yourself out of it. Because, you know, even a seasoned veteran in terms of talking to women is going to be a little bit nervous from time to time. The longer you take to talk to her, the less likely it is you talk to her. That's what I think. Or at least the mountain seems to be growing. So, you know, don't think about it. Basically, don't prepare. Just go. And the more you do it, the more chance you have to be successful.
Hey,
I
how's
think-
it going?
I think any guy, if they really want to be dating a girl tomorrow, just go out to somewhere with a lot of women and just talk to a bunch of them.
The law of averages.
The law of averages. If you talk to a lot of women, then eventually one is going to say yes. Simple as that.
Yes. Okay. Let's talk about the law of averages.
Sex, baby, let's talk about you.